ever since the start of this year, more and more people are getting into streaming. I feel like you have friends or you yourself started streaming just the past few months, and there's just some things I want to help you out in. That's why, hence this show. We are gonna be learning the ways of what a good streamer does. What makes a good stream? I want to share with people on what I think you should be doing or you shouldn't be doing when you're a first time streamer. Because I feel like I want to talk about this topic because I've been watching Twitch. I've been on Twitch for how long has it been? 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer. I religiously watch Twitch streams, and there's lots of things I've picked up on what good streamers do. But I think I'm sharing my resume for this. Like I'm telling you why you should listen to me. First things first. Understand that you should always be talking. Talking is an important part of streaming because it's a way for you to keep your audience engaged. There's always something they can try and relate to. There's something they can listen to and make opinions about. Most people obviously they tune into your stream not just to watch you play. Because if that's the case, then you just go on YouTube and look for someone else. Unless like you're really good and that could be your thing. You can be just really good at the game. But you should practice talking to yourself as much as you can, even if there's no one around. Even if no one is talking in chat. You can't stream without talking unless you're just doing this like as a hobby and you don't really care if someone's watching, someone's chatting, or you're just really good at the game and people watch you because you're just good at it. Faker, for everyone who doesn't know, Faker is like a god at LOL. Ayun nga, that's like an exception to the rule. People watch Faker even if they don't understand Korean. Because he's just that good. They just want to see him play because he's so good. Sobrang interesting eh. Same with Shroud. But Shroud is kind of different because he's English, it's an English streamer, he talks to chat. Princess Bink says, for me, I feel like I either stay because I like the topic or the personality of person. Ay nga, yeah, exactly. If you're not a personality, it's harder for people to watch you. But if you're talking, there are lots of things you can talk about. Lots of things that could bring other people in. If they like what you're talking about. Or if they just like the way you project yourself. Like your personality. If you show your personality, it makes it easier for people to latch onto your stream. Ayun nga, going on to what I said a while ago, lots of people are starting streaming diba? And most of them, if you notice, most of them are just them playing games or they think it's enough for them to just play a game, whether it's by themselves or with other friends they have. So I tweeted this already like a few days ago. It's inherently harder for people who stream with their friends. It suddenly feels like the stream is more about you and your friends. You hanging out with your friends. It becomes more of that rather than you streaming to an audience. I told this to my friends like a few days ago because we were in like a meeting. Understand that no one knows who we are. So no one cares to watch us. No one right now is caring to watch us because no one knows who you are. If you just stay acting as if you're having fun with your friends, no one's really gonna care. An exception to this rule is if you watch Fits, Soviet Wumble, Swagger Souls. Their streams or their YouTube videos, which revolve around their streams, are more of them just hanging out with each other. The difference sa kanila kasi is their personalities already. People watch them because they're interested in them. They've been doing this for a longer time, so people have gotten to know them and their friends. That's why people stick to their streams. They stay because they just want to be watching what happens with their friends because they're really funny or they're invested in those guys already. Like they know who they are. That's why it's so entertaining to watch them. But if you're new, it's much harder for you to get there. That's why I think it's better for you to start establishing your stream with your audience. You can have your friends, but make sure that it's still it's either a show you do for your audience, or it's a stream that you make sure that your audience is part of your stream and your friends. Get them into it. Make sure everyone's interacting with each other. Don't let your chat stay dead. Talk to them. Don't let your interactions with your friends hinder you from paying attention to your stream. But know your content. Never just do anything at random. For example, you start streaming Valorant, because lots of people right now are streaming Valorant. And I think lots of people are starting to stream because of Valorant. So if you're doing Valorant and then you suddenly do a different game like LOL, and then you play Dota, and then you play CSGO, and then you play a totally different game that's not MOBA or FPS, the Goose game, or you suddenly play Monster Hunter World, and then you're always like mixing around, you're always changing things. Why would people stay? If not for your personality, why would they stay watching you play this game? Isn't that like a thing sometimes? Yeah, variety streamers are a thing. Where the difference is, their brand is their personality. If your brand is your personality, okay lang. That go ahead. If you're confident enough to make your personality your brand, then go own it. Okay lang. That could be your thing. I'm not saying you shouldn't be. That shouldn't be the thing you do. Whenever someone watches your stream, they're like, "What? Ano ginagawa naman?" It's different from last time. It's harder for you. But if you're confident enough to have your personality as your brand, you can be a variety streamer. Being a variety streamer entails you to have your personality as your brand. You can stick to a game or a genre. That would be your thing. A good example of this is, di ko po if you guys know Skara. Skara is a LOL streamer. This came from a Devin Nash video. Hindi ko kilala si Devin Nash. Check Devin Nash on YouTube. He talks about lots of things about streaming. Pero it's usually educational. Parang sa akin, pero it's more, let's more thought put into that. Ito, it's just me drinking and then ranting and talking about shit I want to talk about. This is something that Devin Nash points out. If hindi nyo kilala kung si Skara is a Twitch streamer who played LOL, who still plays LOL. His streams was declining. Like, not a lot of people were watching anymore. Not as much as before. And then what he did was he started playing team fight tactics. He made a graphic on the combinations of items or something like that. Like he made a graphic, and then people saw the graphic, and it helped them understand the game. And then he made videos on TFT. He streamed TFT to the point that Riot noticed, and there was some sort of partnership, and then something like that. And then they started doing series of videos with Skara. But the point is, Skara was just he was a declining channel at one point last year. I think it was last year, 2 years ago. I'm not sure. And then he suddenly became the person to watch if you want to know about teamfight tactics, if you want to learn more about it, or if you just want to watch good gameplay of it. He's like he became the authority of it, as Devin Nash said. And then his Twitch stream started growing again. Sobrang dami na nanonood up until now. A lot of people are still watching because he knew what his content was. He changed his content to just being a variety streamer to still doing other streams like playing LOL. But now he's someone whose opinion you'd respect if you're playing TFT, because he knows what he's talking about. Understand your brand. What is your brand? Is it your personality? Is it your games? Is it this specific game that you're playing you're really good at or very knowledgeable at, or you're getting better at this game? Or is it a genre? You know, as this person who's really good at fighting games, or who's very knowledgeable at fighting games. Because there are people like that. Know what your content is and focus on that. Again, if it's your personality, then know what it is about your personality that brings people in. Change some things that you think might not be working well with your audience, or focus on the things that your audience really likes about you as a content creator. My next point is chat interaction. Meron ako I have notes. Chat interaction is like in all caps because I think this is very important. Chat interaction. This is something that new streamers aren't used to yet, because you're not gonna have a lot of people watching you when you start streaming, and that also means you're not gonna have a lot of people talking to you. So it's hard to have chat interactions. But this is an important skill you have to work on. It's easy to get them interested if you're interacting with them. If there's something that they can do as part of your stream, like either it's talking to you, they can challenge you, they can punish you, they can have rewards or redeemables through points or donations. If you're an affiliate or a partner, we have this thing called points. So like at the bottom left of your chat, you see that thing? Not on mine, but if you're watching other Twitch streamers, you have points. You can redeem random things. You can make your streamer do push-ups. You can make them fight you in a game. Just give them something to interact with while watching your stream. This is a very good question. What Princess Binks asked. What do you do if your chat doesn't want to interact? It doesn't mean you should stop trying to interact with chat. Just because some people don't want to interact with you doesn't mean other chatters wouldn't want to interact with you. Giving them something to do is not gonna hinder you. It's not gonna hinder your stream. It doesn't make it worse for your stream if you're trying to interact with chat and chat doesn't interact with you, compared to chat not interacting with you and you not interacting with chat. Because if you do that, then other people who might want to interact wouldn't have anything to look forward to in your stream. It doesn't hurt you to try to interact with chat whether or not they're interactive. Chat isn't always gonna want to talk to you. Not everyone is watching to interact with a streamer. Someone just wants to interact or just wants to lurk. But doesn't mean other people don't. Yeah, exactly. Really good point. Sabi ni Toop, 1, 2, 3. You got nothing to lose by talking to yourself literally. So, ayun nga, that's the end of the points I have want to make for new streamers. Always understand that talking is a big part of streaming. Simply playing a game that you enjoy isn't enough. Make sure that you talk to your chat, what makes you different from other people. Third, know what your content is. Don't just do whatever you want to do unless your thing is that your personality is what makes people watch you. And then the other thing I talked about is chat interaction. Make sure to have chat be invested in your stream because they're talking to you or they're dealing things from you. They're making you do things. They're challenging you into different things. Those are the 4 things I want to talk about.